Peace everyone, Unmask here, and today I'm sharing the time lapse of a recent live stream that I did trying out soft pastels for the first time. It was a super fun live stream. I really enjoyed everybody that came and hung out and watched the process of this very first pastel piece. So that's what this is. This is the first time that I ever tried pastels, first time that I ever touched pastels, and it was really exciting to try out. I made a ton of mistakes in this piece, which I think is fairly obvious to me, maybe not so much to some other people, but I was pretty disappointed in the final product, but I wanted to share it with everybody because it was a fun experience regardless. It was a lot of learning, which is always fun. I think I did okay with the sky when I started out. One of the things that I was incorporating was I thought that using a soft brush would help kind of blend the pigments together, but the only thing it ended up doing was actually lifting the pigment off of the paper and just kind of making everything muddy and terrible looking. So in the future I will no longer be using a brush because it's a terrible idea, so don't do that. Unless you're trying to, for some reason, get the pigment back up off the paper, that's the only reason that you really want to use a brush. I would have thought that the first few times that I tried using the brush and it just made a bunch of dust everywhere that I'd stop using it, but I continued to use it throughout the entire piece, which is just a huge mistake because it made everything kind of muddy and lost a lot of the detail in my mountains and in my sky and all that stuff that kind of just messed everything up. But it was still a lot of fun. I think that my evergreen trees, I think they came out pretty well, but my values got a bit muddy because I did the whole foreground in black. I thought it would be a good idea, but really it just kind of dulled out my colors and kind of just made things look gross. Like I said, I wasn't very satisfied with the final product, but there was a lot of learning involved, which I think is probably the most important. I did end up spraying the final piece with this workable fixative after I had finished the live stream and everything, just to test it out. And I'm not 100% certain whether or not I'll ever use it again because it does seem to have darkened my final image in comparison to the photograph that you'll see here at the end. But I'll do a better comparison some other time for that fixative. Anyways, here's a final look at the piece. Hope that you enjoyed the video. I didn't really enjoy this video too much. I'll be doing more pastel work for sure because they're so fun to work with. So keep an eye out for the next video that I work with pastels, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.